1105 against Haley Snipes. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Reading the post, like,
Your name and your relationship to the child. And representing the state.
Andrea Perez.
Deferred conditions. Let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, it's time to state the offering evidence states exhibit 1, which is a true and correct copy of the financial record involved in this case, and I have tendered copies to both parties for their review.
Any objections, ma'am? Any objections, sir?
No, sir.
All right, take the business.
Your Honor. And Your Honor, at this time, the state would call Ms. Snipes. Ms. Snipes, in regards to the deferred commitment setting today, we were here in September of 2021 where we confirmed Mr. Ward's arrears at that time in the amount of $46,000, a little bit over $46,000. Is that correct? And since that order was done, according to State Exhibit 1, has there been any payments made on the case that we were here in court? No. We've not received any payments directly or any other way at this time. And in fact, in that court order, he was ordered to pay $250 each month on those arrears. Is that your understanding? Yes. And his current obligation is $113.58 a week, which is approximately almost $500 a month. Does that sound about right? Yes, okay. And so we are now here on the deferred commitment, and he has paid nothing on this case that you were aware of. Is that correct? Correct. And you were asking that Mr. Ward be committed to the Harris County Jail today. Is that right? Yes. Do you believe that Mr. Ward is taking this child support obligation seriously? How old is the child? He was 13 years old as a property. And she and you live in Florida, correct? For like at any time? And so, how old was the child? 2009 when your order original order was done. So he's consistently not paid on this obligation to accrue at least $46,000 in this order. And he's consistently not paid on the case. So, do you think that Mr. Ward has the capability of making payment on this?
Still runs his business here in Texas. He does promotions. He goes online on Instagram, promoting some of his artists. Actually, he has something coming up on Wednesday, I think it is. Every Wednesday moving forward. This was just announced 22 hours ago at Lux Tavern, whatever that is. I'm not named, so I don't know. But every Wednesday he's hosting an event. He has a couple of different artists under him. I've seen quite a few testimonies from models, I guess, where they hired him to take his pictures, and this was all just recently from since November. Consistently, he pretty much had the stuff, the revenue that he's been coming in, or at least that's what he's advertising.
And you've seen that on Instagram, social media. Okay. And you've actually physically seen it.
Yeah, and I checked it out today.
And do you believe that Mr. Ward needs to be committed to the jail to understand the obligation?
Yes, he has trainings, he has studio equipment that can be liquidated. He has a new laptop, I don't know how many it is, but it's a MacBook. I don't want to, so I don't know how much it costs. He has a customized jewelry piece that says D3K, which is his business. Here today, he doesn't have any of that stuff on, but he does have access to use to be creative music.
I pass this to Ms. Honor.
Any questions for her, sir?
Yes,
Go ahead.
Randy, you see this on social media. I do have to be on social media to market my business. Because it's on social media doesn't mean that it's making X amount of dollars. What's the question?
What is the question, sir?
The question is, how much money do you think I make from my business?
In the job application.
Because you said I got X amount of dollars, I just want to know how much you think I make from my studio or from the artists that I have with me.
Based on your advertisements for a session, we charge $150. Some sessions are $150. Drone shoots, I see that, and that's per your advertisement.
Okay, what is the amount?
Just any session, you can make an hour of $450. That's what I see on his website, on his social media.
That's
Another
not
question,
included
sir?
other,
Another question?
that's the other.
All right.
State calls Mr. Ward. Sir, what do you do for work?
Right now, I'm employed with, a security company that I just got my license and I've been going to school to get my, private security
Come on up a little
license.
closer, sir. You have to-
I just got my private security license and I also am self-employed. She is correct. I have been running my business for quite, about 2 or 3 years now since after COVID. COVID shut it down and I've been really struggling to get my business back up and running. I do advertise, but I don't have clients that come in like that. That's why I'm constantly advertising to be able to get people to come in. At the rate it is, even with Lux that she's talking about, yes, I'm networking and promoting, trying to make different revenues come in to be able to give her and support my children and support myself. From the time I came to Port, Your Honor, I have been
I'm gonna
working.
object to narrative at this time, Your Honor.
Understand. Listen to the questions. I'm gonna let you say something.
Yes, sir.
But right now, just answer the question.
You indicated you're working for a security company.
Yes,
Are you working 40 hours a week?
I just got my license and I'm waiting up to get my post this week. this
Question
weekend.
is, are you working 40 hours a week?
I don't know how many hours it's gonna give me just yet.
So you are currently not employed, actually working in security.
I am employed, but he hasn't given me my post.
You have not started working yet then?
Yes.
Okay, and when did you get this job?
I got it, last week because I had to study and get I had to go to the exam and get my test. Took my test and then get my license, and then sent it to Austin to get registered.
Okay, and how much are you going to get paid
I'm
in
gonna
this
get
job?
be getting paid $15 an hour on some jobs if I have to work overnight. Some jobs will be $20, and if I have to go work as a security at a club or something, it might be just cash $20 an hour.
And when are you supposed to start working?
This week, and he's supposed to give me my first post.
Tomorrow, Friday?
He said Saturday or Sunday, he'll post me at the mall, at Katie Mills Mall in the store.
On average, how much will you be working per week?
I give or take 4 days, 5 days a week that it needs to, whenever it needs
Did
it.
he offer you 40 hours a week?
He offered me, he said per post, so it's less than 40 hours.
And also being self-employed, what do you do in that job? You're a promoter,
I'm a
Photographer?
photographer,
photographer.
yes.
And where do you photograph out of? Do you have a location? in
I
your home?
had a location, but I lost the location due to me not working as well, and the studio not doing enough money. So I lost that location, so now I just hire people to work with based off of locations and stuff.
So all this social media, Instagramming, are you getting jobs?
I'm getting some, but not enough. And I have been working enough to where I've been saving money to be able to pay what I paid her this time around in court. I even had to, my parents and I had to sit down. Right now, I'm in arrears in my house. I had lost my car. My car got repossessed. I lost my.
Objection or narrative.
Okay,
In regards to your job,
yes, ma'am.
doing self-employment, how much have you made doing that since we were in court last, since September?
That's how much I made $5,000 that I've saved. Every penny that I paid was money that I saved and put aside for it.
So you made $5,000 in September doing this, your self-employed work.
Yes. And working other little jobs, like working with clubs and stuff.
And did you make this money all in one time?
No,
Okay, so why didn't you pay anything each month as your court order to do?
because my parents also has been on me. That's what I was trying to explain what he says narrative. My parents have also been on me because my wife and I had a divorce. And I'm here in Houston by myself. They wanted to know if I can fully take care of my responsibilities, so I have to send them money every month to put aside for my child support.
So you sent money to your parents to hold on to
For my child support.
for this child support?
Yes, because
Why did you not just pay it to the state that you were supposed
because
to?
my parents said they wanted to see that I could financially handle myself with everything I had going on, and I explained to them, my house was in arrears.
So you're gonna listen to your parents and not the court?
No, I ended up listening to the court, but my parents also were there telling me that I should move from Houston to go to Charlotte, and I told them I can handle my responsibility here, I don't want to leave.
So you provided a document today saying that you paid $5,000.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And when did you pay this $5,000?
My dad mailed the check out on the 22nd.
Of February,
Yes, ma'am,
so 2 days ago.
yes, ma'am.
So your dad paid this money, and this is money that you made, and
Yes,
he's
ma'am.
holding on to you?
Yes, money that I gave him.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
instead of just turning around and paying. Okay, and this was, and did you have another cashier's check today?
No,
You didn't tell anyone that you had?
I thought I had the check because he told me he had given me, he sent the check, but he had sent me just a copy. When I called him back and said, I don't think they're gonna receive checks in here, and he was like, oh, I didn't send you the check. He said the envelope is just a receipt for you to show that I already mailed the check out.
Okay.
I said, I wish you had said that before I.
Where do you live right now?
I live at 88 Woodland Drive.
Do you pay rent?
I'm behind on that.
Okay, do you pay bills?
My light is out right now,
Do you have no electricity?
right now, yes.
Do you have a car?
My car is repossessed.
How do you get rid of it?
A friend dropped it off.
And so, did you buy an iMac?
No. My computer that I have, my iMac, was given to me when I worked for my brother. The laptop that I had was given to me from my friend Kingsley. I gave it to me. Those are all gifts. I didn't purchase those things.
Okay. Do you have the capability, are you using that for your job?
I was, but I'm not running the studio.
But
no
you're
more.
not doing that. So
Yes.
you could sell that.
I could, but I use it for editing on my pictures.
Do you understand that your child support obligation is the
Yes.
most important obligation
It
that you
is.
have? Do you understand that your child is 13 and has to eat every day?
Yes, ma'am. I
Do
do.
you eat every day?
Yes, no, yes and no.
Do you have a place to live
Yes.
and lay your head down? Okay. How is the court to know that if he does not commit you today, that you are going to continue to pay on this case?
Because I have done everything right now to get me to this point to where I can physically pay my child support on a regular basis. With my jobs that I have secured, with everything I have done to prove to my parents that I can do this, with me even losing my car and still finding ways to make ends meet, with me sleeping in a house with no light and still getting up and busting my butt to go to work every day, securing all these jobs. My goal was to get back on a regular basis of paying my child support every month. That's why.
Sir, this is all your word and no action. In fact, this cashier's check is made by William Ward.
My dad.
So,
You have a receipt?
I do, Your Honor.
$5,000 payment?
yes, Your Honor. I can provide.
Yes,
We have a copy of it. It has,
it's a cashier's check.
we don't know that it's actually been physically mailed in. I
It
cannot
has.
confirm that.
It has, I called the Attorney General and I even gave them the number, told them my dad had mailed it in. I gave them the check number and everything on it.
Correct, sir. But you understand, you mailed this 2 days ago.
Yes, ma'am.
It takes days to go.
I do.
Then that has to be deposited and reflected, and it takes 3 to 5 days just once we get that check.
I do.
So this is not reflected anywhere on our system, and we don't even know for sure that you put this in the mail.
It is in the mail. My dad did.
Okay, so this is, again, your word to the court, of which none of your word has been very good so far.
Now, but I have really been doing the best I can with everything I have going on. with me losing my family, losing my car, still working multiple jobs to make ends meet and still doing what I have to do to make sure I have that money to pay for my child support. I know I should have been paying to the court, but I was trying to also prove that I can handle my responsibility, which I have gotten these jobs just to make sure I can take care of my responsibility and still keep a roof over my head.
Any questions for him, man?
Yes, sir. Victor, what's the name of the company that you just got hired to work for?
It's called, Security Nationwide.
Is it based out of Texas?
Yes, it's based out of Texas.
Okay. How long has it been since you talked to Haley?
Haley blocked me. I sent her message that she blocked me.
Okay. Why did she block you?
She blocked me because she gave me for the talk. She asked me for money and I told her I didn't have the money to give her because I was saving money before.
Okay. Did you tell her that I raped you and that was the reason why you didn't pay child support? Or
No, that's not what I told her.
even though I have the report?
That's not what I told him. I didn't tell him you raped me. That's why I stopped paying child support. I never said that to him.
Did you tell my daughter that I raped you?
Maybe you told our daughter that I raped you.
Answer the question.
You did.
I'm gonna object to relevance. at this
You
time,
did.
Your Honor.
I did it.
Just thank you.
The relevance, Your Honor, is the fact that he says that if he had not have gone through that, he would have been paying child support and he would have been.
I did not say that to Billy. No, I did not. I have been in my child's
All
life.
right, so, anything?
I think further Your Honor, statements.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Sure.
Your Honor, I'm doing everything I can right now to get back on track, and I have done so much to get things back under control. If I get committed today, Your Honor, I will lose everything I'm trying to do as far as get my life back on track to take care of my kids, not just my daughter, but also my son that is no longer with me with my ex-wife. And I financially need to get back on track to be able to get my life back together. I don't like the way my life is going, and I have done everything now in my power to get things back on track. That's why I've secured all these jobs and all these partnerships with these people so that I can be able to physically do what I can do. I promise you, Your Honor, if I don't keep my word on this time, like you see, I'm still trying. If I don't do it on a regular basis, like I'm saying I will do starting next month, you should not even ask me 2 questions, just commit me. If I miss one payment starting next month, commit me, but I know that I can go do it going forward because I have lined everything up to be able to do what I'm supposed to do and handle my responsibility. 3 jobs, Your Honor. If I don't do it, you can commit me starting next month. I can pay on a regular starting next month. That's why I've done all of this to be able to get to where I need to be.
What is the, who is that supposed to be? That's not,
To the state disbursement unit.
In our state.
okay, so when do you get notice that they receive that?
Anywhere from 3 to 5 days. We get notice 3 to 5 days and then it will post after that through the system. So, I mean, we only see it from when the state disbursement unit literally opens the check. So they could have it, but we won't know that until it's processed. 3 to 5 days.
But that was mailed on the 22nd.
22nd, so 2 days ago. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna commit the 5/3 periods in full. Joe reviewed here except for March 31st. March 31st.
Yes.
2022, respondents want to return on the day if you do not appear. The warrant will issue for your arrest. I'll put the cash bond of $5,000. If that money is received, you'll be released. You'll come back on March 31st. Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, may we be excused?
Yes.
I'm gonna draft that committee order.
On March 31st.
Second for Laureano. Thank you, Laureano Schools.
Sorry, Troy.
Thank you.
Now, could I possibly get you just to way out in the hallway for the paperwork? Sure. Thank you.